Hello, this is Wmpyr. I just received a video recently of a person training, practicing my moves, and I'm here to give some advice, share some pointers. Okay, so first thing, let's start off with single stick. Okay, so with single stick, there's the angles of attack forms. Let's start with number 4. Okay, I think number 4 is a really good one. So. Number 4, all you're going to do is you're just going to go diagonal, diagonal, down and down, and now you're going to go up and up. So up diagonal, up diagonal. So down diagonal, up diagonal, up diagonal, down, down, up and up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Notice that my weapon hand is to the front, okay? So the weapon hand is to the front. Why? Because this is offense and defense. And when I'm making these diagonal down strikes or even these diagonal up strikes, they can be used to deflect or they could be used for actual attacks. So my offense and defense is done with this weapon. So that's why it should be to the front. Okay, so even if I have no intention of hurting this person, if they're attacking me, I'm still going to have the weapon side to the front. A lot of people that they don't want to hurt the other guy, they kind of bring the weapon to the back. That's not our way of thinking, okay? So one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? So that's number 4. Let's go to number 5. Number 5 I've shown you guys many times before. Diagonal, diagonal, horizontal, horizontal, and then stab, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 5 goes after the backhand, it goes right away into a nice and powerful looking stab. So number 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's the stab right there. All right. One thing to definitely include in your practice is when you go diagonal, diagonal, and then when you do your horizontal, notice the palm is up, and then when I come over here, the palm becomes down. And if I do swing hard enough, which you might in a real life situation, if you swing big and strong, then you want to make sure that you practice your parking, okay? Because sometimes, like on the back of the blade or whatever weapon you're using, there might be like a saw or it might be double-edged. And if that's the case, you don't want to cut your arm, so practice parking it safely to your arm. So all it is you're just keeping in mind how to park it, right? You're just focusing on that. So you're not just throwing your arm and then wherever it lands, if it hits me, if it cuts me, oh well, that's not what we want. We want control here. So diagonal, diagonal, horizontal, palm up, and then palm down, and park if you want to practice that. And then now this is the backhand right into the stab. So that's a little bit different than a power backhand. So I'm doing a backhand into a stab right there. So next, let's do the 6 angles of attack, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, okay? So let's do that again. It's a diagonal downwards and then back the way that you came, okay? And now you're going to go diagonal upwards and then back down the way that you came. And then it's a stab, bring the arm back, and then stab again, but this time to the eye. But it's different from the previous stab because this time you're going to stab into the eye and you're going to flick it out. So it has this stab flick motion, okay? So let's do that one more time again. So diagonal down, diagonal up, back the way you came, and then this time diagonal up from the other side, diagonal down, back the way you came. And then 5 is a stab. You could stab to the bladder, solar plexus, even the gut, or you could stab to the throat, okay? So you do your stab, bring the arm back, And then let's stab again for number 6. So number 6 is a stab to the eye, but with that flick, okay? So boom, that's number 6. So 5 and 6, don't confuse the two. I've seen people like combine it and stuff, so that's not what you're doing. So number 5 is a legitimate stab, bring it back, and then number 6 is that flick thing, okay? So keep those separate. The other thing I recommend is why not let's start adding basic nunchuck movements, because the nunchucks, I believe, is an important weapon in Filipino martial arts. So we just come this way and this way. Okay, so it's just passing and catching from the bottom, catching from the bottom. It's super basic, okay? And then now the reverse. So you're catching to the top, catching to the top. Once again, mega basic. If you want to, you can add this where you're going to catch with the armpit and then just pass to the other side, to the armpit, pass to the other side, to the armpit, pass, okay? And then you can catch on the bottom, catch on the top, armpit, and pass, okay? So just super basic stuff. Why not? Let's start adding that in there. The next thing with double sticks, we're just going boom and boom. So in one movement, you're going here to here. So it's really, you notice how I'm turning the body, so you're just using the momentum. So the hand that's on the bottom, you're pretty much thinking that's going to go first, and then the hand that was over here on the shoulder is now going to go to the bottom, okay? So now the hand on the bottom goes first and goes up to the shoulder. Then this hand back here that's on the shoulder, that was on the shoulder, is now going to go to the bottom, okay? So 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So in one motion, I'm hitting twice. In one motion, I'm hitting twice. I also want you guys to practice where you're actually separating it and you're going 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Sometimes you don't have time and you just got to do it like that. Okay. And then for number 3 is let's also, why not add doing it right here on top of the arm. So it's just this to this, okay? So same move, same everything, except instead of going here under the arm, you're gonna go right on top of it. But it's the exact same thing, okay? Over here, so boom and boom, boom and boom, all right? And the next thing is, let's go to single stick again. And this is a kind of an important thing to practice is, in Filipino martial arts, you lock the wrist and you use your arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? With a heavier weapon, you'll definitely need to do that. And then we also have techniques where we involve the wrist. So now you're doing this kind of motion. Okay, that's the diagonal, diagonal, diagonal down with the wrist. Okay, now if you lock the wrist, same thing, 1 and 2. It looks completely different, but it's the same thing. So you're going diagonal down with the wrist, diagonal down. Okay, with the arm, 1, 2, arm, and then wrist. Okay, so definitely practice both of those. In a real life situation, we use both. So just start understanding the difference there between wrist and arm. So anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for viewing and take care, folks.